Welcome to June 22nd. I'll start from 2017 and work back to 2014 and take it from there. Okay, some things should not happen, but they do. Australian Conservatives were conned into dumping Tony Abbott as Prime Minister. Malcolm Turnbull did not cleverly or surgically knife Abbott, but unleashed uncontrollable forces which are now claiming Turnbull too. A year out from elections, robot call polling 250,000 by Catholics in marginal seats for Liberals is painful. The Victorian Liberals had gained a 53 to 47 lead over the Australian Labor Party. The Federal Liberals trailed the Australian Labor Party 47 to 53. At the grassroots, the Liberal Party, state and federal, are the same. The difference is Malcolm Turnbull. Malcolm is trying to spend more money on Australian Labor Party areas so as to nullify advantages the ALP have of claiming anything. But in doing that, he has sacrificed the actual principles of liberal government, the brand founded by Menzies, which thrived on it. The Libs don't have the rust of the Australian Labor Party. Once the Libs ditch their heartland, it won't come running back, and only Tony Abbott has the skill and proven ability to restore the core values of the Liberals. But the enormity of Turnbull's betrayal may yet prevent that. Turnbull knifed Abbott many ways. One was using the Clinton Foundation, using foreign aid money, while Bishop was foreign minister under Abbott. The Clinton Foundation had many well-placed Australian Labor Party friends. In order to roll Abbott, Turnbull needed polling data. It seems strange that Gillard would use her misogyny speech as she did against Abbott, because Abbott is a family man with 3 healthy daughters, a loving wife, and working well with female press secretary, unless you realize it was part of a concerted campaign against him, because much has been made about how women distrust Tony Abbott, and yet there's nothing in his background or public life deserving of such a reputation. But the negative campaign fed into polls. And although the polls were real, the campaign to target those polls was specific and damaging. So damaging as to threaten Abbott supporters should he be considered again. But that is what millions of dollars of foreign aid money will buy from the Clinton Foundation. At the same time, Turnbull promised libertarians he would do things he never did, or apparently even intended to do. It is very hard for libertarians to now know what to do, as they naturally don't like conservatives anyway. A lot of good people were duped into supporting Turnbull, and now the lie is being peddled that Australia cannot go back to Tony Abbott. But the truth is, Tony Abbott is still a capable leader, capable of leading the Liberals to victory over the Australian Labor Party. Malcolm Turnbull is only capable of further humiliating himself in office. In 217, the Battle of Rafah, Ptolemy IV, Philopator of Egypt, defeated Antiochus III the Great of the Seleucid Kingdom. Both kingdoms were Greek, cultured, descending from Alexander the Great's campaigns. Both used similar mixes of infantry, cavalry, and elephants. African elephants, used by Ptolemy, panicked and charged their own troops. But overall, Ptolemy had the larger, better infantry and won. It had implications for Jerusalem. In 168 BC, the Battle of Pydna, Romans under Lucius Aemilius Paulius defeated Macedonian King Perseus, who surrendered after the battle, ending the Third Macedonian War. The night before the fight, there was a lunar eclipse which spooked the Macedonians. The battle favored the larger Macedonian force to the Roman 2 legions, but when the legions had an orderly retreat onto uneven ground, ground, and the heavy Macedonian cavalry failed to engage in the retreat, the tide turned and the Macedonian king fled. Rome lost over 1,000 men. Macedon lost over 25,000 men. 1633, the Holy Office in Rome forced Galileo Galilei to recant his view that the sun, not the earth, is the center of the universe in the form he presented it in after heated controversy. In 1807, the Chesapeake Leopard affair, the British warship HMS Leopard attacked and boarded the American frigate USS Chesapeake. The British had a pretext for searching for deserters, and they captured 4 men, one of which they hanged. The result was President Jefferson, in an impotent fury, resorted to a trade embargo. 1813, the War of 1812, after learning of American plans for a surprise attack on Beaver Dam in Ontario, Loris Accord set out on a 30-kilometer journey on foot to warn Lieutenant James Fitzgibbon. In 1897, British colonial officers Charles Walter Rand and Lieutenant Charles Egerton Erst were assassinated in Pune, Maharashtra, India, by the Chapekar brothers and Mahito Vinyak Ranade, who were later caught and hanged. The hate crime was committed to prevent the British from treating the area hit by plague.